we're going to put the vampires one on then, because I deserve rights.
Heck.
Even if you do not.
Curl's quest to remove werewolf rights, the campaign.
I don't want that on my record, thank you. Oh, man. Lo-fi tab away, otherwise I'm just going to keep switching instead of doing what I want to do.
It's only a face icon. Colour scheme.
Oh yeah, Twitch chat. There we go. Going through
Are we live? Are we on the internet?
We are on the internet.
I'd love to see it.
Nobody knows yet because we've got to post all the links everywhere.
Yeah. I did my traditional thing of posting the link too early, so people probably came in and were like, oh, they're not live left. Yeah. Because I'm the worst.
You can't even navigate a menu. How are you supposed to beat it to TVT?
Chat on videos, that's not what I want. Live. Let me go to the live page, please. There we go. I'm going to pop out the chat because I know what I'm like. Oh right, I'm in mod settings.
Das has already posted the link for us.
Who did?
Das. He's posted it in their little stream chat. I just posted in the chat saying, apparently I don't need to post links because I have my own media team.
You have a mod team. It's happening.
I mean, you guys are my mods. I'm pretty sure you are like actually my mods.
Yeah, I am a mod. I'm currently trying to work out how to pop out the chat, even though I'm in mod settings.
It's in the meatball menu.
It's in not mod settings.
It's in the meatball menu, not the settings.
Right.
Which is the 3 dots, by the way. That was something I learned randomly. That 3 dot thing is apparently called a meatball menu.
I want to be friends with whoever came up with this.
Yeah. I know I'm meant to be doing art, but now I'm googling meatball menu.
No, Blue, we can't do this. I know what we're like. We need to do the art.
Yeah, know your menus: hamburger menu, doner menu, bento menu, kebab menu, and a meatball menu.
Oh, fuck, I'm hungry. Don't do this.
Can I put this on the stream? No, because my XSplit is set to the program specifically, so it won't show the memes.
It's stopping you. It's saving you from yourself.
Copy image. I'm gonna share this with you at least. Know your menus. It's a meatball menu.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're doing the art, Blue.
Yes.
It's happening. Mutually assured creative destruction. We have to do it. If I'm doing it, you're fucking doing it.
It's so long. Hand, you need to do the art things.
Draw like 8 circles if you need to get going.
I mean, that is literally what the warm-up is meant to be.
Yep.
My hand's freezing cold.
Draw a circle, dot the eyes.
Thank you, Core,
Draw a smile.
for the sub.
You go, Core.
Yay. Tablet.
Yeah,
Tablet
people draw
settings
and do
is
art with us,
synced up.
because we're bad at it, so come be a bad at art with us.
Lovely smooth lines. This is why I'm trying to, well, I say I'm trying, I haven't drawn in like 6 months, but when I was drawing, I was trying to teach myself Clip Studio Paint. Because while Photoshop is obviously a very good program, despite Adobe's shittiness, I feel like the line, literally just like the line work in Clip Studio Paint was so much smoother.
Right, yeah, you don't have to spend like 10 years looking for brushes that you actually like. It's actually just nicer just to load up Clip
And also
Studio.
it has this really cool thing, which you will probably, I don't know if you're going to watch the stream as well.
I've got the chat open but not the stream, unfortunately. But I can tap in actually. Wait, I'll
So,
tap in and look real quick.
If you're an example
And then I will art.
this wonderful feature for doing line work, which Clip Studio Paint can do, which is if you are doing a line like this, and you end up with this stuff, you can literally hit the eraser, and in the eraser settings you can tell it to like detect, like, oh, I need to be on a vector line. I always forget that part. Going on a vector line. So do the nice lines in a vector line.
Oh, right.
So just delete that. And then when I come in with a brush, I'm like, oh, the line overlapped here. It's not supposed to. I literally just sort of go, and it's gone.
I'm a couple seconds behind, so I'm just watching.
I'm waiting for it. So the line goes through.
Makes me laugh because
Line goes through, and then I get the eraser, and then just go beep.
oh shit. No, I do see it now.
And that's just like when I was
That's
doing
so
when I started trying to do line art in this, I was like, oh, thank God. I don't have to worry about overlap. It can just detect the overlap, and you can get rid of it.
See, that's nice. I'll be right back with 1 second.
Yeah. So, take a slurp of my drink. You do whatever you want, Gus.
I'm back, sorry.
What
Just
up?
very much confused my brother because he was like, wait, you're busy? It's not Wednesday. Because I only do D&D apparently.
I mean, that was kind of how it was with Max. It was like, oh, I want to talk about characters for a potential one-shot. I want to like do a session 0 sort of thing. What's good for everyone? And everyone was like, I'm free any day. And I was like,
Let me pull up my D&D schedule.
I'm not free any day. I'm like free tonight. And that's it. So they were like, well, we'll do it tonight then. And I was like, wait, I lied.
I did a lie, I'm sorry.
I'm also not free tonight.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Okay, warm-ups.
For those of you, in the chat who are not aware what Blue does warm-ups, part of this is that I'm doing a writing, which is not very visual, which is why you're seeing Blue's screen and not mine. But I am working on a thing that I started working on at 2 AM a couple days ago. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, but I'm going to work on it anyway. But I have very little memory of it, so if you hear a lot of me going, what? It's because it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's called a laurel das.
What, the leaf crown that they wear?
Whoops, I accidentally just started making comments on my own work. Not yet, that comes later. I will say, for 2:30 work, this is not the worst.
I'm assuming you mean 2:30 AM.
Oh yeah. That's how I measure the quality of my work, is how unreasonable was the hour in which I wrote it. I'm gonna just pull up a blank document and just vomit some words to get my brain going.
Yeah, that's the
Which
way
I think
to do
is the equivalent of what you're doing. In fact, I'm literally gonna do it on the same piece of paper, but just further down. And then delete it, because it's just word vomit, who cares?
Yep, I'm just gonna literally fill the page with circles and then you delete it. Hand warmed up, get the hand-eye coordination going. Because I don't have a fancy visual tablet, I just have the regular, mundane blank tablet. I think they're referred to as tablet displays, not visual tablets. Artist people will know what I'm talking about.
I vaguely do.
I remember when my mind was blown once when we were talking with Knights about, and I was talking with her about art, and then randomly I was just like, oh, I hold shift to do the lines in Photoshop, and she was like, I just use a ruler, and I was like, how?
I remember that.
How do you use a ruler? Like, the positioning, she was like, I just use a ruler on the screen. And I was like, what? It took me like a good 10 minutes before I was like, oh, you have a display tablet! That's why you use a ruler, you literally just hold the ruler and draw a... Oh, right. I was so confused.
Yeah. I remember you used to watch Annie, doesn't have a display tablet, she just has one you plug into. Yeah.
Like, how can you get the start and the end point correct? Because you can't line them up. She was like, I just can.
Nice, it's just great like that.
Just because she had a visual display tablet. Okay, page of circles complete. Stage 2, lines.
Me and Blue are being responsible and actually doing warm-ups. I have done some warm-ups off stream because writing warm-ups take time. I'm doing a little bit of one now.
So we'll do warm-up exercises and then progress to the warm-up sketch.
Yes.
Whereas previously, I always just went to like straight. Sometimes I go straight into the artwork, which I know is a bad thing, and the artwork always comes out bad, and I'm like, I didn't do a warm-up sketch.
Essentially, what I'm doing now is essentially the writing version of a sketch. I'm just getting the idea out of the brain and the actual scenes and the people. I'll worry about the finesse in editing. Okay.
Because like there are rare occasions where I can do a sketch and it turns out okay, like that one I did of Blue. Because shock and horror, Blue is like the go-to warm-up.
Yeah.
Like I will undoubtedly do a Blue sketch when I finish this line.
Why is my turn?
Thing.
Yep.
And sometimes they turn out alright. So quite often I will just dive in and just be like, I'm a sketch Blue, and then I'll move on to the actual artwork. But this time I am actually doing the exercises.
Yeah. Hello, Besso. Thank you for your wonderful bops.
Thank you for the music. I'm very much enjoying them.
Hashtag bless.
Hashtag blesso.
Cursed. We've cursed this stream.
Oh, Stanji, get fucking wrecked. All our railroad stations.
Okay.
Yes, for those watching the stream, you can probably hear faintly in the background Spook and Stanji playing Open TV.
Hello.
Stop whispering into my microphone. I will jab you in the eye with my pen. My only request from Besso is more wonderful music to listen to, because I love listening to your music. It's gorgeous. There we go. And a page full of lines is complete. And already my hand is starting to cramp. I am out of practice.
Gotta do those stretches, my dude.
Yeah.
Oh god, I forgot how I wrote this character, and I'm like, good job, past me, but also wow.
That's if you want drawing warm-ups, then do the ones I'm doing. Do a page full of circles and then a page full of lines. It warms up your hand muscles, and it warms up your hand-eye coordination.
What colour are you? Jesus Christ, I was playing as red. Fuck me.
Okay, sketch time. This is personal preference, but I always prefer a landscape. I generally prefer a landscape thing to a portrait canvas, even when I'm doing portrait pictures. And I don't know why. I'm going to assume because of how my monitor is, it's because it means more of the canvas fills the screen.
That makes sense.
So I assume it's that. Okay, let's do a warm-up. Let's
Do a quick
sit up
little
in the
blue.
chair a little bit. Get up Posture correct. Oh, the new chair is so nice.
God, I wish I were you.
Trying to be the responsible adult of like, get my posture correct.
Get a good chair.
Do warm-ups, do hand stretches, stay hydrated.
We're trying to be good. We're trying to be good. Oh God, something's up with the punctuation in this line, and I'm mad about it. Apparently, I'm pretty loud. If you want to turn me down a bit.
Is that loud in comparison to me?
Yes.
It's one of those things where it's like, do I need to turn myself up?
Loud
do I need to turn me up or you down? Thank you, Sadie.
Sadie will inform us.
That's the awkward thing about streaming.
Please elaborate, chat. Am I just too loud in general, or is Blue too quiet?
Is Curls too loud, or am I too quiet? Because technically the volume should be the same volume as it's used in D&D, so it should be the same. Or is it like the music's too quiet?
Curls is peaking. Curls can go down by a few percentages.
Can I do that myself, or is that something
I think I can do it. Yeah, oh no, my mic's fucking terrible. So that might also be that.
Yeah, in comparison to my lovely mic that I have on my desk.
Yeah, I am using like £10 Logitech mic.
I don't know how much this cost because it was bought for me for a gift, and it was a brand I didn't recognise because I was literally just for Mum and Dad, what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, I just want a good mic, and by that I don't mean get a new headset. At which point I was like, go ask my brother, because my brother is a music teacher.
Yep.
So I was like, go ask him, and he will know what to buy.
Mm-hmm.
And this was what
I
I was
tell you what I
with.
will do. I will go and push talk, because that does make sense.
Please don't forget to push.
In before I forget to push. It will help as well with that weird, like, staticky stuff that always happens with my mic as well.
Everyone gets a lovely look at my palms and my wrists as I do arm stretches. Whoops. No, go back. There we go. Always slight panic when I mess with the UI of a program.
Oh no. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, I accidentally skimmed something in the UI change and I was like, no!
I've got like my old writing teachers breathing down my neck. I'm like, yes, I know I've used an LY word, leave me alone.
Warm up pepper. tell myself to not care too much because this is the warm-up. This isn't even what I'm actually drawing, so try not to care about it too much.
Don't spend too long on it. Yeah, Frank, we're trying to be better. We're trying to be good and actually do warm-ups.
Yeah, trying to be sensible about this. I have done warm-ups and stretches. Okay.
Fuck. I'm writing dialogue between these two characters, and like, holy shit, they do not know how to talk to each other.
I mean, relatable.
There's so many like dashes in this dialogue.
What is it? Oh no, wait, sorry, this is New Year's. I'll jump halfway through.
Not quite a dash.
Cities of 134. Traffic manager. No longer an engineer, I'm a traffic manager. Good at the company lead table. The traffic.
It's also me in real life, Frog, to be honest.
So this is helpful having you here because when arting, the tunnel vision happens a lot. So
It will happen to me when I start writing properly. I'm currently rereading back, so I have the chat on the sidebar, so I can actually just see it. But when I start writing, the tunnel vision will happen.
My chat is literally as far away from the art screen as it could be, so I will eventually forget that it is there and forget to look.
I'm using one screen, so chat, you're with me.
Blue's little floofies.
I've straight up used the same word 3 times in a sentence. Oof.
See, if you use it 4 times,
Delete.
it becomes a theme.
It's a motif at that point.
Haha.
Something so relaxing about this game. That should say break. Or rest.
What?
Did you get that? Okay.
No, that's gone. I'm sorry, I can't tell if you're making a reference or if you're trying to make a meme.
There. Can't only concentrate on one thing at a time. That needs to be changed. How much money does a single armoured train make?
Why don't you stay a little while? While we hold on to the thoughts we share. Let us watch the rain go by.
Population's
Always remember those sweet.
Welcome to one of the many and obvious pauses that I have, which is I don't know what technically is the right word for this. It's like it's not. It's not skin. Oh god.
Different version of Jervis Hamlin.
I could put in the wrong word and change it in post, but that would involve not being stubborn. I'm trying to think. Chat, help me. If you have like a plant that has a root and it has like a covering on it, it's not bark. What would you call that?
What do you mean root?
Like,
I mean the actual roots?
like if you had like a, like, I guess potatoes would technically count for this. Like, is potato skin?
Yeah, it's potato skin, isn't it?
I'm trying to think of like an example of a plant I'm talking about, but it's hard to explain. Hang on,
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
don't
look it
think
up.
it's rind because that's like fruit.
Rind, I think, would get across more what I'm trying to say than bark or skin.
Do you mean like how ginger perhaps?
Yeah, I think ginger's a great example.
Okay, maybe
when you're taking
Google ginger maybe. I mean epidermis is just a fancy way of saying skin. So
peel might be an idea. Fortunately, I'm using the word peel for its other meaning at the moment.
it's a good thing this is just a sketch because I'm just like I can see so many errors with this. This is the warm-up.
But you don't have to care. Husk is a good word. Husk is an
Husk
excellent
is
word.
very good.
Unfortunately, it's not a metaphor, Stacey. It is literally I'm trying to describe an action. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna go with husk because it seems correct.
And then have fun doing the big swoosh that I got complimented on, which is just furrowing to just come down here and then come back up. It's too short. Come back up. A little bit into the feather there. There is a proper name for it, which I did know at one point. It begins with an A. And then we come out again.
What? Just take a run
It
off.
begins with an A.
As it
I will
actually
remember it as soon as I see it, I'm sure.
Right.
And whoosh, like that, you've got a wing. Even though it's only sketchy, it's very clearly like, oh, that's a wing.
Just put in some trash.
It's a very good wing.
Hello, Marsh. So I'm gonna come out and then just basically be behind the head here. And boom, there's a warm-up. Okay, I think I'm gonna call that there so I don't get too fixated on it. That's the warm-up.
Good discipline.
Okay. Now is the meat of the thing. Which is... happy coincidence that Marsha's turned up. Is to draw Veery. Because Spook was getting on at me. So let's just delete that, because that is a sketch. So... here's progress that we had so far with Veery, because I did this very hastily to have a headshot for the intro. And I very quickly slapped colour on it. So this is the picture that you guys will be familiar with. This is Veery's current picture. But as you can see, oh, the colour, it looks quite nice, but I wouldn't call the lines finished. They were hastily done lines.
Looks good so far.
Yeah, the colours sort of finished it off and made it look nice. But obviously from the shoulders down, it's incomplete. Like as you can see from the fact that I've got colour and like a totally different sketch here, I wasn't happy with the wing. Wanted to put it in a different pose. Lower half of the body positioning is totally weird. You can see I've got a bunch of references to try and like help me with it, but I was struggling. You can see that I've basically taken the head literally from the photo of the kingfisher up top, and the body pose is literally from this magpie Aarakocra that I found. Trying to get sort of the legs, you can see the curve of the wing matches that, but I felt like it really didn't work. So for now, I think
We go forward.
For now, I'm going to turn the colour off, because colour comes last. And I guess try to focus, yes, Sadie, on getting, I guess this is essentially the sketch, getting that done to a place that I'm happy with. Though I do have Veery's new Hero Forge mini that I should put in, because that is a picture of Veery's old Hero Forge mini. So let's bring that over into the refs. There we go, there's the new one, which looks very nice. Oh, that's pain. Bought in what is supposed to be the transparent version, and there's a bunch of just extra pixels around the edge. Yeah, that's great.
Literally the bane of my existence. That I fucking hate that when that happens.
Oh well, close enough. But anyway, there's the references. So yeah, I mean, so I've gone for the side profile because, unfortunately, with Bird's side profile is the best. 3/4 being a second and front on being, oh dear.
You want the uncanny valley? You got it.
Birds do not photograph well from the front. It is an unfortunate flaw.
Someone needs to rethink this bird design.
They don't look great, so that is why all of my birds are, I mean, all of my pictures are 3/4 or side profile. For humans, it's 3/4 or nothing. Blue, I will consider a side profile, but front view is just no. So now I'm on the meat of it, Marsh. I did my warm-up earlier, as people will vouch. I got a big page like this, and I just filled it with circles. Just circles and circles and circles and circles. And then when I filled up the page, I deleted it and filled it with lines.
That's the main question.
And that was my warm-up.
What's his city?
Needs to be bigger. There we go.
Wow, 313. Jesus. This guy is actually pretty decent.
You're right, Core. It is always about the circles. Old D&D memes coming back to strike us when we least expect it.
found that niche YouTubers that you don't watch all the time, they always have very weird accents.
It's my Sailor J impersonation. Trying to blend in that neck.
Yes, Gangnams. Danny Arnold.
Okay, so anyway, back on the topic of this. It's meant to be a reference, really. So I suppose I should probably go for more of a standing rather than having the legs up.
I guess just like play with poses for a while if that's not what you're happy with. Just like literally do some line poses.
Like the head and the shoulders are fine, which is why I quickly slapped colour on it and gave that as a reference for people. But it's the rest of it that I'm not too pleased with. But what I will do is I'm going to reference my own artwork. Jeez. Trying to decipher my own organisation system. Yeah, because the thing is that because it's meant to be a reference, I kind of don't want to do a too dynamic a pose. I don't want like fabric and things flying all over the place because it needs to be clear for people to reference. Hello?
She says no.
Hello?
Too fancy.
You're not too fancy. No. Do you wish to come for pets? No, I just came here to scream. No, okay. That's not happening.
Chat, I keep typing sections of this in chat, so if I accidentally send some of it, pay no attention to it.
Whoops. Right, where was I? I was hunting through my own files. Wow. Okay. Let's duplicate this layer and just name it Sketch 1.
It probably won't make any sense out of context, Gore, but you're far more than free to.
We should screenshot. Okay. Right, first things first, we're gonna...
I will have no power to remove it.
First things first, we're gonna change the wing.
One step at a time.
Because let's just get rid of the wing for now. Because they are a big part of the pictures. Right. Reference-wise... Honestly, I'm probably going to copy what I've done with Kirok and Kika's reference, which, spoiler, Kika is basically a copy of Kirok with proportion changes made because she is younger.
I mean, that's valid as literally her daughter.
Yeah, yeah, I could get away with that. She's got different head and feathers, different beaks, but the anatomy is the same. Aside from the anatomy is not the same, so I don't know why I just said that. She's been made shorter and fluffier because she is younger. So if I was cheating, I would just import the Kirok base and basically use that to make Viru. Because that's another thing that I kind of want to do with this, which is what I did with the original Kirok reference, which was, because it was made to be sort of like, the arms are out, the legs are out, I could then, like, paper doll outfits on top. So if I ever want to trial new outfits, I can just bring up, like, the skeleton almost. So if we bring Viru's arm back and away...
I feel like you're sabotaging me now because I keep typing Kirok instead of what I mean to be typing.
Sorry. Okay, so... let's bring that there.
I'm too used to writing about Kirok. Let's
grab her arm. And have the arm come back.
Fucking rind. That is the word I was looking for, you motherfucker.
I did say rind, and I was like, it's not rind, because rind is like the peel of a fruit, isn't it?
No, but I think that is the word I was mentally looking for. Someone might have said it and I just didn't register it, because I do that sometimes. I'm like, I come back 5 minutes later and say a word that I'd already said, and just, it didn't feel right.
Honestly, now that I've said it, it's so tempting to just bring up the Kirok base.
No, be good, push yourself. But also, reference correct, like things that you've done before for reference.
I'm looking at the carrot base, but I'm looking at the one with the clothes, which is literally not what I need. I need the one without the clothes because I want a without the clothes base. Okay. I was about to say, just the immediate thing I was about to say was, wow, Viri has broader shoulders than Kirok, but I'm like, that makes sense. Viri uses a bow. Kirok is a spellcaster. So that's actually fine. Because Viri actually isn't that strong, but she has more dex.
226 again.
So she has got,
So it kind
she's
of
got
went down,
some muscle.
then went back up. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
What she
Well, we
has
don't know
got
what
though
set we
is a very
started with.
thick
We
neck.
started with the same number.
I think that neck is a little bit too thick, even though birds technically don't really have much of a neck anyway. This is the problem of trying to mesh animal anatomy with semi.
Honestly, like, I admire you because your default is to go for any kind of like animal anatomy when you're drawing, and I'm like, how?
See, that was literally it was literally because I used to joke in school that people could either draw animals or draw humans, but not both. So I was very firmly in the category of I can draw animals, I cannot draw humans. So when I started to get a little bit more into art, I basically started doing anthro animals as a kind of transition between the two.
Yeah, that
So I
makes
was
sense.
like, I can draw animals, I can't draw humans, so let's draw the halfway point. Which has kind of worked.
It's worked out.
It has
It's worked
kind
out
of
so
worked.
far.
I went from drawing blue to then sort of like, obviously I draw the OC of the moment, which for a while, for the longest,
God,
for the
what a
longest time
mood.
was blue, and then for a while it became Delmara, and also Delmara really helped with sort of like actually getting me to draw people as opposed to getting me to draw animals. Okay, Viri's chest is coming out a little bit.
OCs are really out here carrying us through.
Viri's chest comes out a little bit too much. A reasonable sized chest, but not that huge.
Oh.
Also, unfortunate Photoshop instincts make me press B to go to brush, but in
I could be getting a
Clip
full
Studio
set.
Paint, it is not the brush tool I need, it is the pencil tool. So that's why I keep
Yeah, but the
flipping
one
backwards
like
and
the American
forwards
one's
between
very
different
well, the funny
brushes.
one. So you're like the wanting well what? Yeah, but I mean like the team names. The team names would be funny.
See, this is the thing, if I make a new layer and quickly swap over to red, this is the thing, is that obviously for anatomy you're going to have your skull sort of up in here, and then your neck and your shoulders. And with both,
You're going to be the winning well readers.
you know, blue and any sort of anthro thing, based off animal anatomy, that sort of like dip that we have where it's like head, neck, and then shoulder, that gets totally covered over by fur and feathers. So you end up with this thing where it's like, it has no neck. And your brain tells you that it's like anatomically, it's like, well, that's wrong, it has to have a neck. And it's like, well, it's also wrong.
It doesn't.
It's
It
wrong,
doesn't.
but it's also right. It's like, yes,
Yeah.
Viri does have a neck, but in the picture it looks like she doesn't. And it looks wrong to your brain. I mean, look at the kingfisher, it doesn't really have a visible neck, there's just that sort of seam there. Like, that is your neck, basically. That there is the neck. But for us, we would naturally think that, like, well, if that's the back of the head, then it should dip in for the neck and then come out for the body like that. And that's how your brain sort of thinks it should go, because that's how it goes with humans, because it's on a human body. That's not how birds work! And basically, there is no easy answer. Every artist does it differently. Some furry artists do have the neck. I mean, sometimes I give Blue a neck, sometimes she doesn't, sometimes she just has fluff. You're drawing a fantasy creature, there is no simple answer. Both are
There
right.
does not have to be answers.
Yeah, both are right and both are wrong. Okay, but I'm more happy with that arm position, because that now reveals the chest. I don't mind too much that this little bit of leg is being covered too much. I'm fine with that hand.
God, the amount of like plot blending I'm having to do to make this work is astounding.
Aw.
It is fine. That's just what I'm having to do. But man,
Well, never mind, I'm staying for about 284.
funny story. I used to draw kingfishers like compulsively when I was younger.
Yeah.
I have a painting that I did of a kingfisher that I used to have on my wall when I was younger. Don't know why. I think I just like the colours.
I mean, that was why I liked kingfishers when I was little. So again, if I can... Anyway, here's a picture of kingfisher diving. Again, it's like you can sort of see where the neck should be. Like, if you sort of ignore the... Like, your brain can almost sort of ignore the white, and you can think, oh, okay, so there's the head, and then here comes the neck, and it comes out to the shoulders a little bit. The blue markings on the kingfisher are almost...
That picture, yeah, I was gonna say, that picture makes it look like it has very, like, anatomy I can understand.
Yeah.
Like, the patterning
But then
almost looks like muscle.
Yeah. Again, it's like, well, actually looking at it, the feathers just sort of seamlessly go from head to
Yeah,
body.
it wouldn't be very aerodynamic.
Yeah. Again, yeah, well, that's the point. It's aerodynamic, it needs that smooth shape.
Humans, not very aerodynamic because we insist on having shoulders.
Curse the shoulders. So yeah, so
Otherwise, we make excellent projectiles.
any human can be a projectile if you throw them hard enough.
D&D barbarian philosophy.
But hey, because Veery does have such a sharp beak, maybe she could literally just sort of like stiffen up like a plank and someone could throw her like a dart. And she just
Oh my god, wait.
stick in the wall.
What is the, like, animated movie when they do that? Wait.
So even though it looks wrong, I think I'm gonna keep the neck like that. Sort of like going straight down.
I think I'm thinking of Alice in Wonderland, even though that's not the right one. I'm gonna stop.
Is it
I'm
not
gonna
the right
stop.
one? Is it not the right one?
I can literally visualize the animation, but I
Yeah.
can't work out what movie. It's like an old Disney movie. I'm gonna stop thinking about this, otherwise it's gonna haunt me for the rest of the session.
Yeah. I think the whole neck issue is maybe why, for a lot of characters, like, I'm guilty of this on every single character, is why chest fluff becomes a thing. Because if you look, for example, at this magpie, Aarakocra, because they haven't got much of a neck at the back, so they've put a little bit of fluff on the chin, which is quite common, especially among the corvids, but they've really sort of accentuated this fluff coming out on the chest. It comes out to extenuate the fact that it goes in there to make you think, there's the neck.
That's smart.
Because
That's a
obviously
smart move.
with birds, again with the example of the kingfisher, it comes in, but you have this nice big bit of chest fluff that makes you go, well, the neck is there. So I think that's just me observing, having seen a lot of Anthro art over the years of just like, it's a common trait to have fluffy chests, and I think partly it's that. I mean, as it was illustrated here, literally about 20 minutes ago, I was like, Ruby's chest looks too big. I'd fluffed out her chest to try and compensate for the fact that she had too much of a neck.
I'm in a position where I've realised that the central conflict of this thing I'm writing is not right. I got so caught up in the idea of the scenario that I did not think about what the conflict was going to be. And now I've got to a point where I'm like, well, I need to progress the plot.
Okay, so now onto legs, which is probably one of my big problem zones when it comes to characters. his legs. I'm suitably happy with how much muscle definition Viri has. Again, if you can compare it to Kirok looks like a bit of a twig, and so does Kika, but that's because they're both
Twigs.
Well, Kirok was a twig because she was a spellcaster. Kika actually has more muscle than her mother because she knows how to use a weapon. But she is a baby!
She's a child.
She is a baby, and she needs adult supervision.
I'm going to quiet for just a second because I'm going to take a bunch of meds. Reminder, if anyone in chat has evening meds, to take them.
Take your meds. I'm going to take this medicine break to top up my water. Health check, everybody. Health check.
I was meant to have taken this medication about half an hour ago, but no one tell my doctor, okay?
Remember when we danced with pride? Didn't last long, you were out of sight.
He'll be fine.
Lightens up the night, the night, the night, the night. Can you still recall what was before? I knew you'd be gone, but without a doubt, I thought together we belong. Always remember those sweet, oh, sweet memories that we then had.
Hair is getting uncontrollable. I went to go have a loo break as well, but the loo was occupied.
Okay, that's all my meds taken for the evening.
Oh, I refilled my water.
Health.
Yep.
Fuck it, I'm committing to the conflict I began with, even though in greater context it doesn't make any sense. I'm not working on, for chat's sake, I'm not working on anything original or serious. I'm just like writing something for the shits and giggles that's very silly. So this is essentially like a sketch.
Thinking maybe I'm actually going to bring this back slightly so it doesn't look like she's leaning forward so much. So that it looks like she's standing a bit more upright. Because if she leaned forward, then yeah, there would be that sort of feather stretch. Else the entire pose, if this is going to be a standing pose, is also needing to be more upright. Now that I've mentioned it, I'm just like, Spook, hurry up in the bathroom.
Should have said it aloud, shouldn't have invoked it.
I didn't need it a minute ago, but now I've said it aloud and I'm like, I need to go pee. Oh, the bathroom's occupied. Now I'm like, oh god. Ah! Hurry up.
Hello, Panda.
Hey, Panda. So we're gonna, since we're going for a standing pose, we basically need to just start over with this back leg. Totally start over. Let's have a look, see. So what we're actually going to do is, again, we're deleting both legs now. That's what we're doing. Starting over. Redo the legs. Do it again, but do it better. Okay, so I'm gonna go with. I'm basically semi-mimicking what I've done with Kirok and Kika. I literally have the Kirok picture up as a reference and I'm essentially recreating it. So the first leg, which will come down here, is going to be more sort of straight on. So the knees here, and then it essentially will look very strange because it's a zigzag, leg, ankle, foot, seen from the front. So seen from the front, it just looks straight. Because perspective is weird. And again, you then end up with the three-pronged foot, which from the front just sort of looks like three beans with claws. And that's a bird foot. But that is obviously a really, really sketchy and really shitty one. And then the other leg we can do from the side to sort of go with this sort of side view that we're doing. So it comes in a little bit, and then we basically have our hip come out there, and then the leg. Strong bird legs for strong takeoff. We have the knee, which needs to be in line with this knee. Bloody brushes. I mean, you can essentially see that what I want to do with this leg here is going to be the same as this leg here on the Hero Forge. From the front, it looks pretty much straight. But if I had a side view of the Mini, the leg does a zigzag. Is that how bird leg? Cancel. This is your regular reminder to save whatever the hell you're doing.
Thank God for Google Docs autosave.
Ah, my life. Google Docs. How did I ever do anything without Google Docs?
I do wish that spell check was better, but we do what we must.
Yes, that is
That is the price that we pay for autosave. Word will let you autosave, but only if you autosave it to the cloud, which is just something that I do not do.
Needs to come out slightly more, because this is one of those things where it's like, because the leg is technically bent, it comes out. That's another weird thing for drawing anthro animals, is that for a lot of them to maintain this sort of animal leg, the leg is actually bent and they rarely stand up straight. Kind of like trolls in WoW. There's a lot of anthro animals actually stand partially crouched with a slight hunch because of how animal anatomy works. Wow!
Did you feed Sadie?
Yes. She's a greedy guts and has already eaten it. You will become a chunk. Nice.
On the floor there. So these yours.
She will become a Kit Kat chunky. No! Father, do not pick me up!
What is happening?
You're gonna throw out your back. Uncle Spook is bothering her because he always bothers her before he goes to bed.
She bothers me when I'm asleep, so.
In his defense, she very much bothers him before he when he's in
Let's
bed.
take a side for you.
I'm sorry.
Lick for apology.
Yeah, because you know who's giving you your breakfast in the morning, don't you? You don't want to come and sit in the bed?
She probably will when she actually get in there. She realises that you. Oh, yeah, he's gone. We're keep him company. She comes. Oh, here she comes. I have no idea if she's even on camera. Oh, she is.
Welcome to cat intermission.
Yeah, I've just realised that.
I love the way she like extends her neck to move without moving.
No! No!
Gotcha.
Unhappy!
Try to keep it down, love.
Oh, what a happy cat. Lower, lower, lower. There she is. Please put me down. Don't put her on the computer.
Draw with the cat.
No. Put it down. You're upsetting her.
I will sit on it.
Okay, now I can have my pee break. Be right back.
Stuck with me now, chat. Rude. I keep forgetting you guys are not listening to what I'm listening to. I was about to comment on it, and I was like, well, wait, nope, they cannot hear that. I'm listening to Avatar Lo-Fi because taste, apparently. Avatar: The Last Airbender, cool. my notes on this subject have literally vanished. Ah, no, in typical me fashion, they were just under other notes. Hello. Welcome back. I have been not very successfully entertaining chat.
Haha. Hello, I have my headset on now.
Ah, I was speaking and did not know you could not hear me.
I had walked in the room and said, hello, I was back. It's
Your mic is so good, I didn't know you were across the room.
It is a very good mic. The only issue I'm having with this new chair is because of the chair legs. Sometimes I struggle to fit my feet under the desk. There we go. So make sure the legs are rotated.
The fun fact, the under of my desk that I'm using right now is literally a fireplace.
Nice.
So my legs are in a fireplace the whole time we're talking.
It's very aesthetic for you.
Big Cinderella vibes. I might be right back real quick now that you're here to keep chat entertained.
Yeah, I'm now catching up with what the chat's doing.
They're vibing. They're mostly entertaining themselves. They're a
Good.
good chat.
We have a nice chat.
Right, I'll be right back. Don't get distracted.
Don't get distracted. Don't be 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 distracted. I got distracted.
That's kind of what I meant by don't be distracted.
Don't be distracted. Don't be distracted. I may actually bring up the Hero Forge model, which may help me with some of these leg poses. Because 5 viewers is like a record. Let's open up Fairy's model and have a look at them legs. Down here. I love Undertale's music so much. It is one of, if not my favourite game soundtrack. Undertale's music is just so gorgeous. needs to come up higher. Because the knee is here-ish. So it basically comes in a little bit for the hint of a knee, which again is probably technically going to be obscured by feathers. Then I see that it's going to sort of come out there behind it. God, I'm really struggling with this. My brain is like struggling to visualize it. Could be that I'm also running out of energy. I had a lot of energy when I started, and it's already been nearly 2 hours? No, close to the 1 hour, but still. There she goes. So it comes out there and then it goes in quite sharply because they have thin ankles, and with birds you can kind of choose where you want the feather cut off to be. I think I tend to go below the knee for my feather cut-offs. So this one's technically gone like directly at the knee. I think that one has gone for just above the ankle, that looks like. If you look at the little kingfisher, his little ankle is like up here. His little ankle is going to be like back here, and his with the kingfisher anatomy, his knee is going to be like up here as he perches. Although, fun fact, I am misgendering this kingfisher. This particular kingfisher is female, because I am a nerd who knows how to identify kingfishers, apparently. I'm very tired. Spook's gone to bed and now I'm crashing. I want to do this. I feel like I've really not made a lot of progress on it so far. All I've done is erase stuff, I've barely added to it. It doesn't help that I can't switch back to how I'm normally used to on Photoshop.
I'm back with illicit goods.
What have you brought?
I have a bagel.
Yo, do you want any snacks? A bagel! It's a bagel.
Because my stomach is not very happy with me about how much chili I ate earlier.
Yikes.
So, bagel. Something that is not spicy.
I've been talking about more bird anatomy. Birds legitimately are probably one of the worst things to try and anthropomorphize, because so much bird anatomy is just counter to what we think of as human anatomy. Because they have fluffy next to no necks, and obviously they don't have hands, so that's up for debate. And they have incredibly teeny tiny skinny legs that are so fragile looking. yes, the conspiracy that birds aren't real. Like, oof. You believe that?
The birds belong to the bourgeoisie. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the conspiracy that birds aren't real.
When I had my TikTok phase, that was a very funny meme at the time.
What was it? I've never
The
got
birds
into
belong to the bourgeoisie.
the bourgeoisie, okay.
Some people know what I'm talking, the audio I'm talking about on TikTok. Where the fuck? I know what I'm looking for. Things did not happen in the order that I think they do.
In comparison to Kika and Kirok, Veery has much smaller talons, which is purely based off the species of bird that they are.
I need to like have more verbs. Considering there's
Agreed.
two like
Agreed.
considering there's two like anthropomorphic bird races in D&D, the fact that I only have one. Well, I don't even technically have that one anymore because I used it for something else, but like the fact that I do not have like Aarakocra and Kenku OCs is upsetting. The fact that I don't have an Aarakocra OC is actually like staggering considering how associated with birds I am these days.
Hello, naughty child. Have you been deposited here for making noise? Come forward.
I was loud.
Come forward for your noise crimes.
Noise crimes.
That's what we say now. Whenever she starts screaming, we run into the room and grab her and
Noise
go,
crimes.
You have been arrested for noise crimes. Come on the chair. Don't just stare at it. Don't make me pick you up, because you'll make more noise. I'll do it. Now you get the cuddle. I do not like the cuddle.
Angry child.
So full of rage.
I should have taken my phone downstairs because our cat Matilda is like basically we this house is heated by Rayburn in the winter, so we've got the like proper fire Rayburn going, and so Matilda just goes into the dining room and like pancakes in front of it.
Fair enough.
And every time I see her, she is so like blissed out. She looks like the happiest creature on earth, just like absolutely like flomped.
Sadie has an electric blanket in her bed. Spoiled baby. Gee, thanks, phone. Phone just randomly giving me a pop-up at 9 from the bloody NHS app.
Oh, good.
That just says, don't worry, we have assessed your risk and there is no need to take action. And I'm like,
Yeah, you could have told me that by being silent.
please continue to stay alert and follow the latest advice. What?
My eyes are wide open for the COVID. I will see it coming. Fuck, right, let's do art.
Unfortunately, this app is generally not very helpful. Downloaded it because that's the sensible thing to do. Oh, Gmail has had an update and changed its icon, and I hate it.
Blue,
Sorry.
get off the phone.
Thank you.
That's why I'm here.
They've changed their icon to just... I get what they're supposed to do. It's supposed to look like a...
It was supposed to look like an my
It's meant to look like an
current one was
envelope with using the negative space, but because of the colour of the app, it just looks like the letter N.
dumb. Yeah.
is it just obvious to be like, if you made a bird, would it be a magpie, or would you actually do a different one?
I feel like I couldn't do a magpie because of Fenna. Fenna's whole thing, is weird because I made Fenna before I became associated with magpies, and then I kind of went the other way. No, I feel like I would want to make, I don't know. I'm trying to remember what my other Aarakocra that I've repurposed is. I feel like he's a barn owl.
Nice.
Yeah. Owls are a good call for me.
Yeah.
I also love owls.
I do like. I mean, I like all kinds of birds. I think I had a concept.
Yeah.
I think I had a concept for an owl Aarakocra, but I can't remember what class I went with. Maybe a wizard. I think maybe I went with the stereotype of a wise owl.
Yeah.
I can't quite remember that.
He was a druid, but I have repurposed him for other things. I don't know what I would make now. I think it wouldn't be like an exotic bird. I think I would go for like a common bird.
Mhm.
I always want to be stereotypical and go raven, but like surely there's thousands.
I mean, yeah. This little boy's just a sparrow, I think.
Yeah, see, sparrows are nice.
Problem with having, I mean, I guess there's no reason that you can't have an Aarakocra that's a raven, but the moment you do, people will just be like, Kenku?
Yeah, or like, but also like, it's like I don't want to be that stereotypical. Yeah, I don't know.
This is the thing is like ravens have other associations now as well.
That's true, yeah.
Sort of in the same way as you're like, well, magpie's now its own thing in Fenna, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I really like crows and ravens, but now ravens are sort of like
Associated with something else in your brain,
you know,
yeah.
Delmar and stuff, and obviously the raven character.
The material's already been used. Yeah, I don't know what I would do. I don't think I could ever play a Kenku. I just don't think I have that skill set in me.
Yeah, my problem is that I like to roleplay and talk with people, so having...
Yeah, and you could always have like an older Kenku who's
I
been
suppose you
around,
could, yeah.
but like I always feel like I wouldn't be doing the concepts justice.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it justice. Like, I could probably do it in short bursts with an NPC, but to do an entire campaign that way, eventually I'd reach a point where I'm like, can I just talk normally, please? This is tiring for me. I'm having to
Even
focus.
Posey's voice is difficult for me.
So I'm having to focus.
And she doesn't
so
really
hard.
have one.
This is supposed to be me playing and having fun. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't come naturally to me.
Yes.
But no, I should have more Aarakocra babies because they are wonderful. I do love the idea of peacock Aarakocra. Just the amount of colours you can put on that thing.
That is a concept I have for. They're currently in the NPC pile.
That's where all my OCs are. the quick I need an OC.
Male Aarakocra Bard, and I think I had lodged him in the role of a circus ringman.
Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna make a peacock Aarakocra, they have to be a bard, right? It just like it all adds up. It's 1-to-1 math.
I know. I was like, it's maybe not original, but it works.
Yeah.
Peacock Aarakocra Bard, who was a circus ringmaster, and his theme song is The Greatest Showman.
Perfect. Done.
That happens a lot to
Sold.
me. That happens a lot to me as I get inspired by a song and I think of a character to go with it, and I'm like, I'll stick this character in the NPC pile. And then eventually they get more songs, and when they get enough songs and like they start to be formed, they then start to get budged into the PC pile of I'd consider playing this in a campaign.
Yeah. You can tell that most of my NPCs have a song associated with them, because I literally have a playlist for this purpose where I just shove what song inspired them and let you guys guess.
So many windows overlaying each other.
Yeah. Did I see right on your stream that you don't name your layers?
Look.
I don't either. I'm putting it out there. But like, I'm not an artist, so I can get away with it. Well, I am an artist. I'm not a drawing artist.
I'm all or nothing. Either I'm really on top of it and every layer gets named, or no layer gets named. Yes.
You live your life in a way I understand.
I'm like that with Pokemon nicknames. When I nickname things, it's like I either do a full playthrough of the Pokemon or get
Complete nicknames or none.
Or none.
Yep.
And
I am literally the same.
the first playthrough is always none, I found, and if I restart the game and go again, I go for nicknames.
I'm the other way. First playthrough, I nickname everything. But I've reset my Pokemon X because I wanted to play the character that I made.
Don't at me about that.
No, I'm not going. That's why I tried to be vague about it. But
I literally hate my own brain because when I made it, I was like,
do not silence.
It's literally like stupid.
Focus on doing your good art now,
brain
and don't
thing.
go into anxious spiral about
When I
that.
made it, I was so hyped about it, and then as soon as it was like, now you have to write an actual session and a plot, and my brain was just like, oh, we have to commit to plot now.
Yeah, it's like I want to be hype about the thing, but then the minute I engage with it, I'm done with it. I'm the same.
I think the problem was that my brain was so interested in it, it was like, this would be so cool to play, and then it was the thought of, well, if anybody's going to be DM it, it's going to be you.
Yep.
Because everybody wants to be a player,
Me at
including
Dragon
you.
Age RPG.
But I was like, I would be the one out of everybody because I would be.
You are the one that knows the things about the Pokemon.
I would be that annoying one of like, freaking Voltorbs don't behave like that.
Technically.
Technically.
This is exactly the same with me if I run a Dragon Age campaign. I would have to run it because
you know too much.
I know too much. Or I think I know too much. Clarification. I probably don't know a lot, but I think I know too much.
Resident Pokemon professor, even though I don't know too much about. I know the lore. I'm not a competitive person, so I'm not the kind of person of like, the optimal build is this stat and this stat and this nature.
Who gives a shit? No one.
I don't care about that.
0 people.
I don't care about that. I'm not a competitive person. I spent time making my Arcanine good because he's my special boy. But that was about as far as I went. I literally was like, which nature is good for Arcanine? Which moves are good? And went with that. That's the weird thing, I don't really have a persona because I always just play me.
Yeah. See, when I play Pokemon games, like if I'm playing like the first time round, I generally just play me, but like slightly more glamorous and a little evil. That's generally like how I do most games where like me in Animal Crossing. Like I've got a full like gothic setup. It's still me. It's just a bit exaggerated.
Yeah. You know, like when Twitter went through all the like Pokemon fads, because they like literally did them all in a chain of where they went like gym sonas, and then they went like professor sonas and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, if I have to pick a type, it's probably flying.
Yeah, that's the one like I associate with you.
If I pick a theme, the theme is dog Pokemon, which is kind of how my Sun and Moon playthrough went through. I got a Growlithe, got an Arcanine, got a Rockruff, got a Vulpix because I was like, a Fox is Canine. Got an Electrike, so on and so forth. So I was like, so theme-wise, Doggo Trainer. Professor-wise, I think in the end, I didn't come up with a name, but I was like, my Pokemon professor would study. I think I went for migrations as something different and interesting. Because canonically, I think canonically, I'm trying to remember. There's already professors for like evolution, Mega Evolution, Pokemon in general. Professor Oak. Pokemon breeding, Pokemon behavior, Pokemon habitats already exist. So I think I went for migrations. A professor that studies Pokemon migration. which tied well into my flying type thing.
Yeah, that just made sense.
Yeah.
That just go together.
Yeah, and also the NPC me that I've made for the campaign has flying type proficiency, and then fire type proficiency because of my Arcanine.
Yeah.
I know fire type is your aesthetic, but let's be real, fire types just there are so many good. There are so many good fire types.
See, that's the thing with me is like fire types are my jam.
I really like
I
fire
love
types
good.
as
I
well,
love
to be
Ghost.
honest.
I love Ghost, but like fire types are my jam. But like I remember when the gym leader thing went around, I was like, I know Ninetales because it's me. There's a Ninetales. But like I was like, well then, if I was a gym leader, like what would the rest of my team even be? And because most of the fire types that are like really good are starters, and that feels weird.
Yeah.
So I think I ended up with like a Salazzle because I like Salazzle, and I mostly like Salazzle because I grinded for one. It took me like 2 days.
Big mood. Gotta get a female specifically.
Yeah.
Chain.
Fucking. What was the type of encounter called again?
Yeah, I think it's called chaining.
Yeah, where you have like a group encounter and then just kill one of them and keep one alive.
Oh, chain SOSing.
Yeah.
Chain SOSing.
But yeah, I've got really attached to Salazzle for that reason.
Fair enough.
But then like after that, I feel like Pokemon that I'm attached to, I get into like Gengar, which is not a fire type. I mean like Delphox, I guess I love.
Salazzle's, I quite like Salazzle as well because I think in my first Sun, because I think it was the Ultra Sun playthrough where I went for Doggo Team.
Yeah.
And then in regular Sun,
I've still not finished Ultra Sun. Whoops.
Yeah, because Ultra Sun, I've got my Doggo Team who all have nicknames. Regular Sun was a straight playthrough that I don't nickname, and I don't nickname them because I need to. I don't name them specifically so I can learn the new Pokemon names. And I had a Salazzle in that one.
Yeah. The thing is with me, I always love the fire types, but I normally take the fire starter. So I'm like, shit, I can't keep two in my party.
I know. I suppose
So
that's
Salazzle was tough for me.
That's the joy of a gym leader, is like you can have.
Yeah, that's
multiples,
your whole
whereas when
thing, right?
When you're playing through the game, you know that it's like, really, I need to have type variety.
Yeah. It's like, it was like, well, if I'm thinking of a gym leader, like, I kind of know which ones I would like, but it kind of makes more sense to picture me as like a trainer and having like, not a full mix, but a bit of a mix. So I could have a Ninetales, a Gengar, what was the other one that just immediately came to my head? That's not a type that I normally... I'm trying to remember now. Houndoom, but that's not the one I was thinking of. But like, yeah, just have a bit of a weird mix. Like a theme, but not... You know, in the Pokemon anime, they normally have like a theme, kind of. Sometimes that's a type theme, but then they have one or two that are just random.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm here to be your Pokemon rival. Which I think in the Miyu matchup would not go well for me.
That's the thing, because I know too much about Pokemon, whenever these things come up of like, you know, what would your gym or whatever be, and it's like, I'm always like, okay, well, I know the rules, so it's like, well, I have to have a type theme, but I also want to have good coverage, so it's like, you know...
what's the Pokemon that I could get that could throw people off?
Yeah, so it's like, you know, like, Altaria is just a great one. Like,
fucking that...
Freaking Winona and her Altaria in, Ruby Sapphire Emeralds is like one of the, I believe it's one of the big sort of like hurdles for Nuzlockers.
Oh my god, I remember when I watched Sam do it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. She can be brutal with that.
I seem to remember she was also tough when I played it. Because I played Ultra Sapphire not that long ago.
Yeah, Winona and her Altaria are a strong one, so Altaria is always like a strong competitor. But I am a big fan of the Basic Boy Pidgeot. Statistically, it doesn't have much going for it. I just like it.
What a mood. I'm always like that in
And
Pokemon. It's
that
like the
was-
Pokemon I like are not like good Pokemon.
That was really strengthened by the fact that the first natural wild shiny I got that wasn't the red Gyarados, because I don't consider that a natural shiny, it's a programmed shiny, it's a programmed encounter. A natural wild and shiny that I found was a shiny Pidgey. The first one I got.
Yeah. My first ever shiny Pokemon was my least favourite Pokemon of all time.
Wingull, Pelipper.
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 Fucking hate Pelipper so much.
Big
I like that my hatred of Pelipper is like well known.
Yeah.
I don't know when I've been broadcasting this,
I
but
don't know
apparently
when- I
it's
don't know
common
when I
knowledge.
Yeah. At some point I was hoping that I haven't actually checked, which is weird considering I was hoping for it, but I don't think it is. I was hoping that Poochyena and Mightyena would be added into Sword and Shield in the new DLC, and I don't think they were. And then I was hoping they would be added so I could chain and shiny them, because Poochyena is the one that got away. The first shiny wild encounter that I ever had, Pidgey was the first one I caught. The first shiny encounter I ever had was a Poochyena in Pokemon Ruby, and it was before I got given Pokeballs.
That's brutal.
And
Bruh.
I think I genuinely shut off the game. Because I was given this
So mad.
shiny Poochyena, and I hadn't been given Pokeballs yet in the story. It was literally in that small segment where it's like, walk up to the person, say hello, and
The
then,
odds.
and
The
then
odds.
and then walk back down to the professor, and then you get Pokeballs. And in that small span of grass, shiny Poochyena. And I was like, I can't
I'd be
I can't catch it.
fuming.
I was so angry. So that was the one that got away, and one day I will chain and
We'll
hunt
get it back.
a alternate one.
You better be doing art, by the way.
And
Even though we're
currently picking
BSing
a bit-
about Pokemon.
Currently picking at a bit of dead skin on my thumb that's bugging me.
Oof. I think I'm getting to a point where I don't think this is done, but I think I am done with it.
Yeah?
I will be in a minute, I think.
So it's interesting. Arcanine is my favourite Pokemon, but I prefer its original colour to its shiny. So I've never really considered shiny chaining.
Same
for-
with Ninetales and me.
Never really considered shiny chaining for an Arcanine. I do like shiny Ninetales. I would be content having a shiny Ninetales. In fact, I did shiny chain. I have a shiny Vulpix in my Pokemon home.
Yeah, shiny Ninetales to me looks like a Alolan Ninetales.
It does a bit. Yeah, I did shiny chain for a Vulpix. And Marsh was the one who caught it as well, I remember now. Because I was borrowing Stanji's Switch. And then, like, he had it back and I was like, but I'm chaining for a shiny Vulpix, and if I stop the game, I'll break the chain. So Marsh continued the chain for me, and she managed to get the shiny Vulpix that I was chaining for.
Nice.
And it's in my Pokemon home. And I could probably send it to Sword and Shield. I should probably do that at some point. And train it up. So I have got a small collection of natural found shinies. X and Y was the best one for me. I got 2 natural shinies without even trying.
X and Y Loki is a great game.
It is. I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah. When I went through like a big thing of replaying it a while back, and I was like, damn, this was like a good Pokemon game.
Good game.
It gets a pass even though it's French. No. No, X and Y was great. Yeah. Although, every time I think about X and Y, I think about when it launched. I think I've told this before, but like, I always just immediately go to when there were all the posts going around being like, whatever you do, do not save in the capital city because your game will crash.
Oh god, I remember that.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Because all the people who were like going really far ahead really early just got to the capital city, and then if you saved anywhere in it, it would crash the whole game and delete your save.
Yeah, I remember that. Thankfully I wasn't rushing, so by
I
the
just,
time...
I just remember seeing like Tumblr posts of like the map for the city and being like, don't save here. It's like, it just comes to my head immediately.
I think by the time I got to that part in the story, I googled and several sources found it had been patched out.
Oh, it was fixed like day 1, I think. Can you imagine if it was like in a gen where you couldn't patch?
I know, right? Just count your blessings, right? In the Pokemon chat earlier, it's there's a new thing in the new DLC that they call Dynamax Adventures, which was one of like the selling points of the DLC, which was that you could get legendaries in there.
Oh, right.
Like a bunch of the old legendaries. Like for example, I can get a Yveltal in there, which is great because I don't own a Pokemon Life, so I can get a Yveltal. But apparently, I found out like literally the day after the DLC came out, that that they learned that these Dynamax Adventures have really good shiny odds.
Oh, damn, nice.
So people are obviously farming them to try and get shiny legendaries, because you can only get a legendary once. So basically you find it in the adventure, if you beat it and catch it, when the adventure finishes, it then says, do you want to keep the Pokemon or release it? At that point you can see if it's shiny or not. So if it's not shiny, you can literally go, I don't want it, and then you can do the adventure again and get the same legendary again. And you just do that on repeat until it's shiny. And I found that out the day after, so of course the first day I went and did a Dynamax adventure and got 2 legendaries. I got both a Suicune and a Groudon. And then the day after I was like, oh, I could have been farming those for shinies. And it's annoying because I already have both. I have both a Suicune and a Groudon already in my Pokemon home as well. So now I'm just like, does anybody want to trade a Groudon, I guess? Because I didn't even need this. I already had one. I was just so hyped up with the fact that there was a legendary that I just caught it. Because I am trying to do a living deck, so I did actually want to have like a non-shiny Groudon for the living decks. But I already had one.
Typical you maneuver.
I know. It's like I already have a Kyogre. So if Kyogre wasn't version exclusive, which it is, I would chain for a shiny Kyogre. Not because I like it, but because I already have a regular one, so I might as well try to get a shiny one. Like I can catch Dialga. Already got a shiny Dialga. Got it from an event. Don't need to chain for it if I don't want to.
Oh my god. Throwback to when I opened up a random Pokemon game that I had and found that I just had a fucking shiny Arceus in my PC from an event.
Jesus.
I don't know what game that was on or where it is. It's from when I worked at Game and I would just take the event codes from behind the desk.
Remember when we
Big mood.
It's a benefit of working there.
Yep.
Moonlight lightens up the night, the night, the night, the night. Can you still recall what
Why
was
is this not clicking? What about it? I'm literally looking at it and I'm trying to work out what it is.
Let's talk. Let's talk. What's going on?
I'm trying to work it out.
I'm coming out of my work.
I'm struggling to draw the legs, but part of me is also like, there's something wrong. And I think it's anatomy-wise, and I'm trying to work it out. Like, is the head too big? Are the shoulders too broad?
If you
Trying
like
to work it out.
do like a stick figure, if you like trace a stick figure on top of it, does any of it feel like not the way you would do a stick figure?
Red pen.
sweet
That back angle is nasty, huh?
Maybe the arms are a bit long?
That's what I was just
Maybe
thinking.
the arms are a
The forearms?
bit... Yeah. Especially that one. The other one maybe not so much, but maybe that one.
The one that's, yeah, I was gonna say the one that's down looks fine, and maybe the one that's outstretched is a bit long.
Okay. Potentially this arm is too long. It'd help if I was on the right layer.
Never on the right.
Right
Right
layer.
layer. Shout out to me who was making D&D maps the other day, and God, the pain. I still feel the pain. So I do all the walls. I do the floor, and then I do the floor on one layer, all the walls on one layer, and then I do items on another, shading, lighting, all normally. And I managed to somehow, I think because I tried a different technique that I haven't done in ages, I put the walls, like half the items and the shading all on the same layer. So I went to change the layer settings to do the shadows properly, and all the walls disappeared.
Yikes.
Hours of my life.
Maybe your head's a smidgen too big. Or rather, the rest of the body is too small. Doesn't make the drawing too small. Right there.
pain of deleting a large section because you realise you've gone in the wrong direction.
Aww. I'm doing a lot of talking me through my art. Is there any way that we can talk you through your writing and help?
Not at the moment, unfortunately, because I'm still trying to be shady about what I'm working on. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to find a place because I'm kind of like, I want to work on something else. So I'm trying to find a way to end it, but it's one of those ones where like, it's just gonna keep going if I let it. So I'm trying to find a way to close the door.
We've still got 5 viewers, that's so sweet.
Thanks for chilling, guys.
I'm gonna do a little promotion tweak, because why not? That is not a link to my stream, that is a picture of a kingfisher.
Equally useful. No, I'm joking.
I'm going to put in the stream link.
There we go. Redid that section, so now it's a little more canon compliant, shall we say.
So tired now, jeez.
Go a little bit longer and then maybe we'll call it, because it is getting late.
Yeah. Which is well, because I feel like Spook just went to bed, but I'm sure he must have gone to bed around 9, because that's when he's meant to.
Yeah. It's the me effect.
Like, I haven't been
We were talking about this.
Spook hasn't been in bed for an hour.
Time changed and no one knows what's going on anymore.
Okay, so the few tweaks I've made have made me feel a little better about this, at least anatomically. Or
Do you want to
proportionally?
end on
I
a-
should say.
end on a bang and try and draft the wing position in?
We see, because this is more of a reference, the wing position isn't going to be huge dramatic, it's literally either going to be open to show wing pattern, or closed to not take up too much space.
That is the question.
So yeah. No, she has just come to make noise. Yeah. So proportionally it's fine. Yeah, I mean, the anatomy of the leg is a pain, but that is the problem of bird legs, basically. The question is, where do I put the feather scene? Because there's not really much in terms of what a kingfisher's legs look like, because they've kind of got little stubby legs.
They got little baby legs. So I guess the question is, do you expand the like leg stub or the twig? If you know what I mean. Does that make sense?
I get what you're referring to. because they have such small legs and such round bodies. There's literally
Yeah.
like you can't even see where the quote unquote knee is, so it's hard to tell where.
You would
it
have to
is.
make it look like they were wearing like, you know, those like Renaissance shorts.
Absolutely
And have the tiny little legs.
Absolutely not.
Oh come on.
She's already got thick thighs as it is. Okay, well, in this picture you can just about see that the ankle is still exposed.
Your bottom right reference is a really good leg one as well. Like
Quite
it's
thin
not
legs.
like, yeah, it's a different. It's not like the thicker legs. It's like a more bird leg.
Yeah, the magpie's got the slightly thicker legs.
Yeah.
See, it helps because it helps for them because the clothing like obscures it, so they've got the thin.
Yeah,
feet.
they've got like greaves on and stuff.
It's the transition between having really thin, bony feet and then going up into the legs where the muscle is
Yeah.
and the feathers.
And that'll be a thing that will be maybe obscured by clothes, but you don't know yet.
Well, we've got Viri's Hero Forge mini as a reference for what the clothes are. So her trousers, for lack of a better word, kind of cut off at like the same point her feathers do
Yeah.
on the Hero Forge model.
The breeches will hide some sins.
Yep. So if I rotate the Hero Forge, I've got the actual like Hero Forge open on the other screen. If I rotate the model around, the breeches, I guess, because they're not really trousers.
Yeah, breeches is the word.
Breeches do sort of end just below the knee and don't show any feathers if I were to go off that. Based off the picture of the kingfisher, because I've done a similar thing to the one that's perching on here. Yes, say I know. If we go back to the red pen, again for the bird anatomy.
I think I've just put a Monster Hunter joke in this.
You have?
I think so.
Please tell me.
You'll see, don't worry.
So
It's gonna absolutely break your immersion when you read it because you're gonna burst out laughing, but it's fine.
So there's these toesies. This is the big sole of his foot. And his little ankle is basically that bit there, which is exposed. And then it comes up into here, and then his knee will be like there-ish, and he'll be perching. There's your basic board. So I guess by that logic it means that the feathers at least must come to the ankle, I suppose, on a kingfisher. If only I had a bigger kingfisher to go off of. Actually, maybe there is.
Das, have no fear, you are also someone who will be able to see this when it is done.
There is such a thing as a bigger kingfisher. Do you know what it is?
A greater kingfisher?
Nope. Well, I'm sure there is a greater kingfisher, but
Yeah, there is.
I mean,
That's why
I mean,
I was like,
I mean,
is that what
I
you're saying?
mean, when I say bigger, I mean it's literally bigger.
Bigger
The
kingfisher.
the secret is that it's not called a kingfisher, but they are like together on the tree, like how, you know, ravens and crows and magpies are all corvids.
Not a capybara, is it?
A what?
Not capybara. Fuck, kookaburra is what I meant to say.
Congrats, you're right. It is a kookaburra.
Capybara. That's where my brain's at.
Oh god.
Capybaras, side note, are wonderful friends.
They are great. They are friend shaped.
They're treasures.
It's a kookaburra.
Yes, kookaburra is what I meant to say. My brain immediately went into the song, straight away. Like, 0.2 seconds.
Ooh, kookaburras in the old country.
I can't remember the actual words because I know so many rude versions.
King of the bush is he.
There we go, those are the actual words.
Now I'm looking at pictures of kookaburras to see what their legs are like.
The art life.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just flashing back to when I fed capybaras now. It's a good memory.
Aww.
When I was younger, for my birthday, I used to go and do stuff with like a zoo that was in my area.
Mm-hmm.
And they had capybaras, and I would sit there it was a massive enclosure, it had like other things in it, but I would just sit there and feed carrots to the capybaras because they were good friends. Beavers are way too hungry for their own good. Avatar Lo-Fi, you're not allowed to do lo-fi versions of Leaves on the Vine.
Absolutely not.
A line there. I was like, why am I sad suddenly?
Why am I so sad?
You should bet so. I listen to a lot of Avatar Lo-Fi, and there are some great lo-fi mixes of Leaves on the Vine. But sometimes when I'm like not expecting it, I'm like, ah!
Feelings.
I love Avatar Lo-Fi. I can't believe it's like a whole genre because there's so much of it.
I think one of my... I can't remember the name of it. But one of my favourite Avatar ones is the, sort of like...
Avatar's Love.
In Love. Yeah, the Love one.
Avatar's Love is a great song.
Looking for reference pictures.
That's where I'm gonna leave that.
Yeah, you calling it?
Well, I'm calling the writing part. I'm probably gonna pick at it for a while, but yeah, the Avatar's Love. I don't know if I love the second half of this, but I love the first half.
Yep, she's still out there, still making noise.
This is screaming. I've got to a point where I can't tell if it's in the music I'm listening to or whether it's safety.
We've had her for so long, nothing we do makes her stop.
No, she just loves to scream.
She just likes to make the noise. Tried my best, but nothing I can do can make her stop. She just wants to do it. gonna go with below the knee, above the ankle. Whereas Kirox, I think, is technically below what would be her ankle. But she is very long. Very long. I don't even know what they're called on birds. Metacarpals? No, that's in your hand.
There's a whole fucking sentence here I got halfway through and never finished.
Really?
How did this happen? It's literally like... I put like blank and then I just never kept going. It's frustrating when I want to describe something a certain way, but the character who's interpreting it would not interpret it that way.
Very thin toes.
Tiny.
This is literally the opposite of how Kirok's feet were. Because of the species of bird. Because while Kirok was not very physically strong, the species of bird that she is based off literally have the largest talons in the animal kingdom. So her feet were fucking huge.
I'm trying to title this thing. It's not happening.
Museum. She came in the room, I think realised that Spook wasn't here, and thus has gone outside to scream more.
She's like, oh good, you're still here.
Headphones are making my ears hot. Hydrate.
Hydrate.
This one is super nice, Bessa. is making me a little sleepy.
Oh, I see what you mean about the feet now.
Hmm?
I've just tapped back in to look at your good art.
They're very teeny tiny.
Yeah, and they're also so spread out.
Well, that's more because instead of perching on a branch, you stood on the floor.
Oh yeah, true.
So they, much like our own feet do, they spread out to spread
Smoosh.
away. If she perched on a branch, they would be like little lines, which is how kingfisher feet normally look. Which is why they're like really hard to reference. Even this one that's like semi-spread out on this branch.
Yeah.
They're just like thin little lines.
Tiny feet.
Whereas Kirok's feet have like big massive toes and then big huge claws that come out like this. Like that's like that in comparison on the
Oh
same.
yeah, you don't have talons, right?
Yeah, because she was literally based off like the biggest species of eagle.
That's one thing I didn't consider when we were talking about Aracock earlier. It's like, oh yeah, I could do birds of prey.
It's weird because birds of prey is like the default one because the one in the handbook is a eagle.
Right.
So
right.
a lot of people.
I don't know why I go straight to like British countryside birds.
Because that country aesthetic.
Weird.
Yeah, I remember literally seeing a post on Tumblr where people were like, have more interesting Aarakocra breeds, and I was like, have you ever actually looked in the Aarakocra tag? There's like a million different species of bird in there. Like everyone. Who
People go nuts.
Yeah, I was like, why do you need to make a post telling people to be more creative? Everybody's creative. I've never seen two Aarakocra the same. There's the excellent nightmare fuel of a goose barbarian.
Hell no. No geese. This is the anti-geese then. I do like the idea of a swan Aarakocra though.
I can't remember if I saw one of those or not.
Besso's just on a nostalgia trip.
His own
With the
music.
music.
In this house, we love and support Besso.
It's true. I think when we do another one of these streams, I'm gonna work on some original fiction so that I can actually like talk about what I'm doing.
Yeah, you do whatever you want.
Yeah. I might pull up something to do a bit of editing while we round out. But then I gotta find things to edit. Oh god.
Okay, that foot's looking a bit better now. A little. It's still a little awkward. Being too
It might just look awkward until the other one's on.
Yeah, maybe. I'm very.
I say that as if you like attach them.
Yeah.
Like a Lego.
I'm very much in that point in that chart that I linked you where clearly I've gotten so much better at perceiving my art that nearly everything that I'm drawing is bugging me because I'm just seeing problems with it.
Yeah. I mean,
Very
but you won't be able
firmly
to
in that
identify those problems until you have the whole thing in front of you.
Yeah.
Because, like, everything will look weird in isolation. It's not until you have the whole piece that you'll know what actually needs changing. Otherwise you'll be futzing forever.
I'll be what, sorry?
Futzing. Like, you know, How do you explain word? Like fussing.
Fussing. I would use the word fussing.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know why. Fussing's just the word I know. It's the same thing with writing. They say you should not edit while you write, and they're correct, even though I still do. I'm listening to Halloween lo-fi, and this one's legitimately creepy, so maybe I'm gonna find something with more vibes.
This one is very fast. This is not on the chill out playlist.
What should I fans over to finish up the stream? I have so many fucking documents just called like, I don't know what to write, and then it's like, oh, what did I end up writing?
Maybe you should go through some of them and actually name them.
Let's take the rest and go. Just the two of us. Huh? Just kidding.
Wow, good job past me, that's actually really nice.
You're the one that's kidding.
Just I'm just finding things in my Google Drive now. It's like, that's actually a really good image. I'm gonna keep that one open. My problem is at the moment that, like, at the moment all I want to write are two things. All I want to write is D&D stuff. Or, like, I don't know, Hades fanfiction probably. Like, that's like all my brain wants to do.
And why not?
Like, we're not in a place in D&D where I can write a lot of stuff. We haven't got into the, you know. You know how this goes. When shit starts happening, we all suddenly start making art because we don't know how to cope with it.
Pretty much.
And I still feel weird making stuff about Oakhart not as a DM. Because, like, I could write, like, character explorations, for example. But because I'm omnipresent, essentially, I would always feel like I would be overplaying my hand, if you know what I mean. It's a weird one. Like, I've managed it a couple times, like that thing I wrote about Tyler.
Yes, that was a good one.
I enjoyed that. That's when I... Oh, God.
Buster.
Oh, no. We hang out too much, huh?
Or not enough.
But that was a fun one because I was in that weird phase where I just wanted to play with like how things looked. So like, I think I did 2 like that, didn't I? Did I do one for Tyler and one for Delmara?
I don't remember you doing one for Delmara.
Where was that thing? Where was that?
I've got the Tower one
Fuck is
saved.
that?
I've got the Tower one saved.
Well, I guess you could say it was about Delmara.
It was about. Oh, I remember it now. It was about. It was about fucking circles.
It was about circles, yeah.
I remember it now. I remember it now. I'm pretty sure I
Be in
don't.
my 6 because I've trashed
Can you
folder.
can you relink that because I don't.
Bad End. It's literally the only one that's not in a folder because it's not in a my folders are campaign based.
Yeah, and you named it Bad End. Jesus.
Yeah, because it's the bad ending.
It was the bad. If you'd use Undertale vibes, Bad End.
Yeah, and it literally looks like Undertale as well because it's the black background with the white text that
Yeah.
I've got in the mood for doing for some fucking reason.
Yeah, you did one for Delmara.
Even
one
though
for
it's
Taller. Taller was black background, white text.
Yeah,
You need to relink that to me so I can make sure I have.
I'm literally doing it right now.
I will do that afterwards.
I just have to do it on my phone because I have Discord open on a different thing. Despite everything, yeah.
That's not a big Delmara mood. Despite everything.
Despite everything. It's a big D&D character mood, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like kind of amazed how like populous my D&D like, and I realized this about my other not fandoms but like stuff we've done as friends, so like my Agco folder and stuff like that. They're like always the ones that just have the most stuff in them and the most stuff that's done, to be honest. Because like it's always the same thing where I get really emotional about something that's happened and just write really quickly at like 4 in the morning. Do you remember when something happened in game and I was up writing until like 6 AM after the session finished? That was in SKT. That was.
Was that when Kirok said she'd do it for you?
Hang on, I'm gonna open my bees folder in a minute, and then that'll be a whole. Okay.
I was thinking about Agco like today actually. I mean, because AJ and Max mentioned it at the end of the Friday session. They were just like, "Oh, we still talk about it. We still like world build for it."
Oh, bless.
And I was like,
Yeah, I
"Yeah,
went through my
because
folder.
the state was their baby, basically, wasn't it?"
Yeah.
So she was like, "Oh, we still like world build that stuff." And I was like, "Dang."
Damn. Fuck. I literally just have a document in my bees folder. It's still called the bees folder, even though we have other names for the campaigns. I just have a document in here that is in all caps called "Time to process this," I guess. What is it? Oh, this is the one. This is when Varys died.
Oh, when Varys died, yeah.
Yeah. I also have one for when we went to get Legacy from Zoltos. What is this? One's just called Feelings. What the fuck is this?
I feel so bad because whenever I think about that fight, I know that it was like so intense for you, and like Kay was like trying to min-max. But I feel so bad because the thing that I always remember is me and Ravs being little gremlins in our little private chat and just being like, "We're gonna destroy this." I was literally messaging Ravs and I was like, "I'm gonna fly over and we're gonna break this chain and you shove the freaking thing over." And,
Honestly,
and
that's
we
the
did
dream.
it, and it was so good. We were like, "We're just gonna break shit."
It was a good plan.
It was so good, and it was a suitable distraction. It's like, yeah, these guys are trying to steal from you, but we're over here breaking your stuff, so what are you gonna do? Gotta pick one.
What is this one? This one has an actual name. What is this? I have no memory of this place.
During and
Oh, this is the one.
Gremlins. Hilarious.
I love I love it. Oh, this was the one about Legacy and Glory's relationship. That's Teenage Glory being an absolute bastard.
Oh, mega yawns.
A Miracle is still the best thing I wrote for that campaign, though. Putting it out there. That's the big one about Glory and Kirok. Anyway. Don't know when I started talking about this. Hey there, Erwin.
Oh, hello.
Welcome to Late Night Burbs.
It's mainly just one bird. We're slowly getting there. It is a very long process.
It's a lot of do a bit, think about how the fuck this works. Do a bit.
You can tell that I really am in the stage where, like, my perception is clearly better. My perception has increased because I'm technically just drawing something I've drawn before, which is an anthro bird, which I've done twice in the form of Kirok and Kika. And it did not take me this long before.
You're too nitpicky.
Being too nitpicky at the moment, and it's probably why I've not produced any art in the last, like, 6
You
7
gotta
months.
get the shapes on there. Just realised I had Twitch chat open on 2 tabs. That's not very useful. Good one, Cock.
Banned. I like this one as well.
This is the one I see you listening to the most.
This one is on my chill out playlist, which generally is my choice of music in the evenings. The reason I'm not on my chill out playlist is because of stream copyright. Because it has other songs on there by other people.
You are yawning so much.
I know. It's 'cause
It's
I'm
nearly 11:30.
Yeah, I'm warm, I got the chill lo-fi music, I'm in the comfy chair that now has a headrest so I can rest my head. It's not a good combo.
Oh, no.
Not a good combo for staying awake. it's playing it again.
Oh no.
Whatever shall I do? Fall asleep, probably. Oops, I hope that's not messed things up. Accidentally full screened my Spotify.
I just saw Tyler's playlist in large text across where the thing would be.
Look. I am starting to take a small amount of pride in my playlist because I have many people tell me that they like them.
They're good. They're good playlists, Brent.
Thank you. But like, not just like people saying that like one playlist is good. I get various people saying that various playlists are good, which makes me happy.
Yeah.
I get people saying they like my
Spectrum.
people say they like my Monster Hunter one, and people say they like my relaxing one, and people say
I
they
should
like the
inform you
characters
that
ones.
the new Royal Deluxe album is stealing Tyler's branding.
Okay.
It legit, like, not only, like, the Royal Deluxe songs are just always good for D&D characters, because there are a lot of, like, I won't go down without a fight kind of songs, but, like, I wonder if I send you the album on Spotify, it will show you the album art, because, like, I just looked at it and was like, because you know Spotify sometimes tells you when artists have new music. I was like, that's just Tyler. Hey Nemo.
Hi, Nemo.
Wait, share. I think that worked. I love that everyone has come into the stream and just immediately gone Burbs.
Birds? Oh, wow.
It's
That's
so telling of our
freaking-
friends.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah, right. I was literally like, huh?
is this like a clip art? That's
It's
in
the same.
Is this like a clip art that's in the public domain or something? I'm sorry.
Maybe.
That is the same. That is the same icon.
I
Like,
will link
not
to
even-
a chat what
Not
I'm talking
even
about.
like, oh, it looks a little similar. That is like a one-for-one copy of that. That is the last of my water.
But also, like, the songs are also Tyler vibes. Putting that out there. This is the album art for the new Royal Deluxe album.
Yeah, like even like the sort of serrations on the edge.
Look the same, right?
That's the same claw mark. Like literally holding it up to my computer screen. It's the same claw mark.
So weird.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's probably like public domain. It's just like funny.
I mean, it's probably not public domain or free, but it's probably like a stock image.
Yeah.
But like this one, they've probably just like slapped it straight on, whereas that's had a little bit of like distortion and weathering put on it.
Yeah.
But the raw file is probably the same.
Anyway, fun discoveries with me. Me and my weird music tastes taking me.
Oldest artist trick in the book. Can't draw the left foot, just copy the right foot.
Flip.
Copy and paste.
See, that's looking like a whole birb. Oh, Das, I'll send it to you now.
Layer.
Small heart attack, nearly just deleted the whole thing I've been working on. I have not drunk nearly enough water throughout this stream.
I have gone through 2 of these, which means I have had a litre. This is a 500ml glass.
Yeah, I've had 2 bottles of water, but that's actually not much for me.
Like,
I
really,
drink a lot of water.
really, I should refill this if we intend to keep going. But that is the question: do we intend to keep going at the moment?
Yeah, you keep yawning a lot, which implies you're very tired.
Yeah, been a work today.
Yeah. We can stop if you want. In a bit.
Probably be sensible.
I'm just vibing at this point.
I think at this point I'm trying to at least maybe get this foot.
Put it in a place where the second you open it again, you're gonna need to finish the thing you started. So get like halfway through a line or something, so that you know the next time you pick it up you're gonna be like, oh, just finish that line. That's what I do with writing. I leave it halfway through a sentence that is really easy to finish. I keep, because my push to talk key on my keyboard at the moment is just Z, but I'm using the, obviously it's the one where I have Discord up, so I keep just typing Z in whatever chat I have open.
I do that so much whenever, because when we're playing D&D, the girls really don't like background noise, which is normally spook, so I have push to talk on. The amount of times where I've just filled the game teach out with just my push to talk.
Yeah. This is why I do not normally do push to talk.
Yeah, I don't generally like push to talk either.
I do actually have like a mute button on my mic that I could have just been using this whole time, but meh. Chat, what's happening to you?
What is happening in my chat? What is going on?
Don't worry, you do your good art. Don't worry, I'll deal with them.
Y'all better be minding your language in my chat.
Only I can swear in Blue's chat. No, I feel you, Besso. What? Blue, go back to your good art. leave them.
Guys, please. It's late.
This is what happens when we stream it until 11:30 at night. We should have known.
Yeah. Everyone goes completely off the rails.
Leave it in a place where you're going to want to fix it immediately, Blue.
I know I should stream more, that's kind of why I started doing this.
Yeah.
The only real scheduled stream is D&D, which is meant to be on Wednesdays, provided it's not cancelled.
Which happens occasionally.
It does happen occasionally. But other than that, nothing is really planned or scheduled, which is, like, counted at how Twitch works.
Yeah.
If you want to be successful at Twitch, you have to have a regular schedule. Schedules.
Is it not enough to merely vibe inconsistently?
Just let me vibe, yo! Can I not just vibe and accrue subs that way? What do you mean it's not a viable market?
I will make the market, damn it.
I will take the hammer and fix the market.
I've watched this philosophy tube video. That's a joke for like 3 people.
I am not one of those 3 people.
It's okay. See, look at that. Look at that good art you're doing.
I'm feeling at least a little better about it.
Good.
Considering that when I started,
You should.
Considering that when I started, I was like, anything below the shoulders I'm unhappy with.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, anything above the waist is good. Knees down, I am tolerant of. I'm still not 100% on the legs. Especially like here. Necessarily at a point where I can end, but this is the point where I should end because I'm losing it.
Yeah, I'm also very sleepy right now.
I don't know when I'll come back to this. Maybe we can try to make Tuesday art evening.
Yeah, I was gonna say
thing.
Once again.
Yeah, we could try to make it a regular thing. Again, rapidly running out of free evenings, quote unquote. Tuesday, art. Wednesday, D&D. Thursday, D&D. Friday, D&D. Monday is apparently Guild Wars night. Which I am down for because I like Guild Wars.
It's true.
But it means that I literally only have weekends free, which is basically when Spook wants to run back of Beyond, so it's like, oh, I don't have any free weekends.
Yeah, maybe we'll do this like every now and again. Every now and again Tuesday.
Yeah, occasional Tuesdays. Basically, if we both feel up to it.
Yeah.
So, Tuesday, potentially, is what it is. Tuesday,
Pencil in.
Pencil it in. But yeah, so if we come back to this on Tuesday, I might attend to the legs a little more. But honestly, like...
You gotta get onto those wings.
Yeah, as I've said, probably the wings will probably be very quick. Because this the whole point of this picture is more to be a reference for Viri and her armor. So literally, scribble. It's a line and it's a wing.
We'll get that. We'll get that.
To think I get to the point where I'm like, oh, wings. Yeah, sure, I can do a wings. Legs? No. Fuck no, can I do legs? But a wing? There you go. Look at that. Bang! It's a wing. Done.
We've done a good wing. Right, we need to go to bed because we're losing our minds.
Clearly, yeah.
I can tell.
Thank you so much.
End the stream.
Everybody.
Shut it
Yeah.
down.
So thank you everybody who turned up. We've got 7 people now, which is crazy. And thank you for everybody who has subbed.
Yeah, it's been
You
like a
don't-
lot of people just vibing.
You don't
I
have
hope you
to
all
sub
got
to
stuff
me,
done.
which is really sweet of you. So thank you everybody who's done that. Mwah. Love you all. I'm sure I'll talk to all of you
Yeah.
at some point since
Yeah,
pretty much
we know
everybody-
most of you.
Yeah, pretty much
assholes.
everybody who is here is in the Discord, so I'll talk to you guys later. But me and Cole's
Boy.
gonna go to bed, boy.
Yeah.